Welcome. I hope you're well rested. I hope you're ready to go. We've got a lot to happen over the next 3 days. But before we begin, I'd love to introduce the Yagara Turrbal Welcome to Country by Eula Woman to the stage. So in Australia, a Welcome to Country is a ceremony performed by a local Aboriginal person of significance to acknowledge and give consent to events taking place on their traditional lands. It's also a sign of respect and a protocol which dates back to the traditional times before colonisation. So, welcome to the stage. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Yuli Buman, and I am a descendant of the Yagara people of this area through my father, Shannon Ruska, who is a well-known spokesperson and songman on behalf of the Yagara people here in Brisbane. The Yagara tribe is one of the local tribes that occupies this area, stretching from the mouth of the Brisbane River, south to the Logan River, and out to the Great Dividing Range to the foothills of Warwick and Toowoomba, and as far north as the Caboolture River. I'm here this morning to give you what is called a welcome to country. A welcome to country isn't something that was recorded down on paper by any of our elders back in the day. It isn't something that was made over 10, 20 years ago. And it isn't something that events organisers or just anyone have just planned and organised overnight. It is something that has been around for over 60,000 years, passed down from generation to generation, and is a formal way of welcoming everyone into our tribal areas nowadays. And is also known as one of the oldest living customs in the world known to mankind. Along with the welcome to country is also the Chummel ceremony, the smoking ceremony. And this is a ceremony that you said a lot of the Aboriginal tribes around Australia do. And this Chummel ceremony, the smoking ceremony, is a cleansing away all the bad spirits from the area, bringing in all the good spirits from the area. And it's also a blessing everyone into our tribal areas and blessing everyone with a safe journey through our tribal areas. And it's a time for us as traditional owners to call out to our ancestors to welcome everyone through that smoke. Along with the welcome to country and the Chummel ceremony, the smoking ceremony, was also the passing over the message stick. And this message stick is one which we call Yalwa Buna. And this Yalwa Buna was a piece of wood used similar to a passport back in the day and would have different markings or carvings on it to depict the reason why another tribal group wanted to come into our area. For example, there are over 350 different tribal groups throughout Australia, many different dialects. If we were to go down to the Logan River, heading down to the Gold Coast way, heading down south, and cross over that Logan River, it'd be governed by a whole other tribal group again, which would be the Yugambeh tribe. And the Yugambeh tribe, they'll have their own tradition, own law, own custom, and also their own language. And that's where a lot of tribal groups back in the day had a special person in their tribe. And one of these special person in the tribe was a messenger man. And one of the main messenger men for the Yagara people was one of my great-grandfathers. His name was Mukin. And Mukin, he was a man that could speak up to 10 to 15 different languages. So he's a man that could communicate with all the neighbouring tribes throughout southeast Queensland. So Mookim was one of the main men to meet this person with the message stick at the border. So a lot of our Aboriginal tribal areas are bordered off by mountains and rivers. So as I said before, if we were to go to that Logan River, we'd actually share that Logan River with the Yugambeh mob. And for one of us to cross over, we'd have to use that Yalwa Buna, that passport, that message stick to cross over. Mookim was one of the main men to meet that person there, so that representative with the Yalwa Buna there, and he'd actually be the one to read that message on the message stick. Either grant that tribal group or that one person permission to walk through our country, or call on to the rest of the tribe to come through and spear that person there dead on the spot. Very serious back then. That's why we're glad they invented mobile phones these days. There are 3 main tribes that occupy this area, the Yagara, Jagara and Turrbal tribes. Just on behalf of those 3 tribes and all of my elders, I'd like to welcome everyone here today by saying, Yura Yura Numbali, Yanara Ripa Jara, Nanya Birili, Nanya Bayami Jara, means you all welcome here today, and may God and all of our ancestors guide us here in peace. Thank you, and welcome to Yagara country. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Yulu. I think we've all learned a bit more about what this means to be Australian and be here in Australia. So my name's Quentin. I'm the president of IBIPSA Australasia. I'm also a sustainability consultant working in an engineering firm here called Oricon. Certainly a great pleasure to be here today, joining us all together at Building Simulation 2025, Carbon and Climate Responsive. It's been about 20 odd years that I've been in IBIPSA, and that makes me feel really old now. And it's really nice that we can host it really in my hometown that I've come to know over the last few years. We've only got a few papers, 400 or so we should get through those pretty quickly, but that's why there's so many streams. But it's so fascinating to see the papers and be here and see the leading edge of what we do in our world, around the world, to better our planet. The Australasian affiliate, which is us, are hosting with ERA. You can see them, they've got the staff lanyards on. It's great to host you here in Meanjin, Brisbane. I'm hoping we'll discuss some leading issues that drive building performance simulation in the built environment, and I'm noticing it's not just the built environment anymore, our urban environment, our outdoor environment is coming into that world. And we really want to focus on how do we really get to net zero energy and lower our carbon impact both now and certainly into the future without compromising us. We're still on this planet and we need to coexist. Now, we didn't organise this yesterday. It's been quite some time to put the conference together. And I wanted to shout out a few people, particular people that have had a huge impact. Nikki Parker, she's sitting over there. I won't make her stand, from Oricon. PC Thomas from Team Catalyst, just give him a cuddle. He headed up the scientific committee. Whew, that's a big job. Priya Gandhi from Italia 10, Maria Crackler, she's sitting over there. Yeah, see there she is. Wave, Maria. Without her, we would not be having a conference. And Jessie Benjamin, who couldn't be with us here today. Thanks, and we made it, I think, so far. We're good. Everything's working. From a lot of us as well, we're practitioners in the industry, so we had to politely say to our work, can you just give us a bit of time? And also some of our partners may not have seen us for a little while, so thanks to all of them as well. And yeah, I just really want to say thanks to ERA. Without you, we wouldn't be having this conference, so great to have you as a conference partner. So we've tried to make the conference live and in person as much as we can because it's nice to talk to people, right? Nice to see people. There are a few people that couldn't travel due to funny things going on with travel, so we do have a few online as well, but really do thank you for being here. Thanks to those who are online as well, dialing in. Without you, we wouldn't have a conference to have. We have some great keynotes as well, and a few interesting ones that you might go, that sounds really interesting. That's slightly different from building simulation. So let's see how they go. They're intentionally different, and I think they'll make you think a little bit, and maybe you'll take something away from that. I've got a few boring things to go through, so listen carefully. For all of you presenters, you have 15 minutes. That's it. There will be people running up onto the stage and like kind of booting you off. We've got 9 parallel sessions. So we want people to be able to move around and see that awesome presentation they want. So please keep to time. There'll be people there with cards and they'll get more and more shouty as the 15 minutes closes. But if you can keep to that, that'd be good. Thanks to you that got your presentations to us on time. There are a few that we still don't have. You have a small amnesty. If you can get us the presentations 90 minutes before it starts, you'll have a PowerPoint behind you. If you don't, you'll have to like do a dance or something because you won't have a PowerPoint behind you. So just M5, if you go downstairs to M5, there's AV people there. 90 minutes before your session, that's your last chance. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to seeing a few dancers. Now, posters. You'll see there's some screens that way. So there's a few people that are doing posters instead of paper presentations. We actually have a program for when the people that did the posters will be standing next to the screens, and you can ask them all about the wonderful work they've done. And there's a little button so you can scroll through and look at the one you really want to see. So don't forget to have a look at those posters as well. This afternoon, we have 2 presentations from the finalists of the student modelling competition. I'm not going to tell you who won. We had over 40 expressions of interest for that competition, so students around the world wanting to show their wares and show how awesome they are at modelling. And what was really exciting is this competition was actually based on a real project that Priya and Italia 10 had done, the Bundanon Art Museum and Bridge, which is in New South Wales. So we gave them real world problems, real world project. We got the client involved. And it was really interesting to see what came back and the thought processes people gave us. Because one of the things we said is, we don't care about budget, just go. and that was really interesting to see what came in. So we'll see the winner, and thanks to Priya and the firm that did that. And I hope the page limit for those students who like writing a lot wasn't too bad, but I think I've learned as a consultant brevity is important, which is weird if you know me. So communicating science in a really concise way and a really interesting way is actually really important. More on that a little bit later today. If you need a drink, later on at the end of the day, we'll have a cocktail function. End of every day, today and tomorrow, there's something nice for you to socialise, and there's morning and afternoon tea and lunch. You can get to know all your friends. One of the other things is at some conferences, you get up on stage and they give you a little gift of a keep cup or something, and you go, great, I'll put that on my pile with the other 50 keep cups. We're not giving out gifts at all for this conference. We've actually decided to donate that money to the Great Barrier Reef Foundation. If you don't know anything about the Great Barrier Reef, you might have been living under a rock, but it's located up in northern Queensland, the hot bit. It's quite a unique ecosystem, home to thousands of species, marine life, fish, whales, dolphins, all those cool things. It's got 6 of the world's 7 species of turtles, and Australia has most of the deadly stuff in the world as well, I've learned. It's visible from space, which is the largest living structure on the planet. One of the 7 natural wonders of the world. It's like 350 million square kilometres, so just a little bit. And it's World Heritage listed. So we thought, why don't we help to preserve this natural wonder rather than another keep cup? So if you're speaking, you don't get a gift, just think about the reef. A few other useful details. Wi-Fi is on your card. It's free. You'll also note on there how people like to be communicated with. You might just want a fist bump, you might want an elbow, you might want a hug, or you might just want to have a chat. So we've tried to open it up for people in the way they communicate and like being communicated with. If you need some water, there's water there, there's water everywhere. My water, the brown stuff, and the coffee machines outside as well. Hopefully you would have noticed that it's a beautiful spot to be in. So if you need a breath of fresh air, you can go out on the terrace, or if you want to pop for a wee walk to the river, I encourage you to do so. If you need anything, look for the people that have staff on their lanyards, or go out to the registration out the front. They will certainly help you and give you where you need to go. The last thing I wanted to do was just thank all those people that stuck their hand up to be a chair of a session. We had virtually none, and Nikki and I were going to do all of it. And then we said, we'll just email people. And about 400 people said yes straight away. So if you didn't get an email back from me, I really thank you, but we got heaps of people. So thank you. We'll have lots of different chairs chairing the sessions throughout the day. And something else that's new, you used to have to wait till after the conference to read the paper. You can now go on the website right now, download 95% of the papers, have a read while the person's presenting. We will be doing a formal publication, but we thought you might want to read a little bit about the preso before they speak. So that's the boring part of the day.